and welcome to another episode of CineBeards. I'm your host, Jason Musicanth. With me, as always, are Deon van Heerden.
Hello.
And Thomas Sharp.
Oh, hello.
Marcus isn't with us today because he's got a dinner date.
Marcus is no longer with us for this week.
He's 2 kilometers away at his house having dinner with a friend from afar.
Yes, we're sorry to break the news.
There's
no easy way to say this.
We know everyone was really excited.
It's long names and it's pretty wordy.
Yeah, we're all pretty tired. I've had a bit of a rough day.
It's been exciting, though.
It's been exciting. I did get to pet a bunny.
You did?
And you are dressed like an adorable
You did
bear.
get to pet a bunny. We asked the man if we
It's a
could
wolf,
hold the
thank
monitor
you.
lizards. He did say no.
I've been eaten by a wolf.
Jason's been eaten by a wolf.
And now you are the wolf.
Deon is a member of N7
I'm
from
a Jason
Mass
in wolf's
Effect.
clothing.
Yes, but I have pajamas, so I win.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but we went to the lion sanctuary and it was amazing. And there was a lion baby and it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tigering to me? Oh, no. Missed opportunity.
Anyway, Thomas and I had to talk to you today. Yeah, so let's start off with the Venom trailer.
Ooh, instead, let's talk about the Doom reveal trailer.
Yeah, Doom reveal. Yay for the
Guys,
Doom
that's for
reveal.
gaming beards.
But it was so much better than the Venom trailer.
It was so much better than everything.
That's true. It's so good.
So
So let's
good.
talk about how good the Venom trailer isn't.
It just isn't at
It
all.
just-
I just cannot get behind the design for Venom.
I could get behind the design for Venom if he was animated better. Like the design is not something that offends me because it's pretty classic Venom. It's just more organic, which is
Controversial opinion. I think Venom's stupid.
You think Venom's stupid?
I think
I
Venom's
like the
stupid.
look of Venom.
You don't
Like-
like Venom?
No, I don't like Venom.
Like, my only experience of Venom is basically as toys and, like, sort of...
The animated series.
Yeah, I was going to say in the cartoon, but, like, not that I have much recollection, but he's always just struck me as being, like, a really cool-looking character, but he... in, like, actual, like, blending with live action, there's something about it that just doesn't feel right.
Just the character of Venom that doesn't gel with me. I mean, that line from the trailer where he's like, lists all these like so many snacks. That's straight from the comics.
Is it?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that turd line is straight from the comics too, because Venom is a stupid character.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, Venom's always just been a design, and like, the design looked cool in sort of the images I've seen in the past, and the design looks cool here. I'm just off-put by how it blends with the live-action elements.
I.e., horrendously.
Yeah. And I'm also incredibly off-put by the half Venom face, half Tom Hardy face.
Ooh. You know what's interesting is when he's Venom, Tom Hardy is his most audible he's ever been
Yes.
in film.
Yes.
Inception? Could you understand him in Inception?
Accent was a little heavy.
Does that guy not have a dialogue coach?
No, he does, but I'm sure they're just fired on the spot.
Yeah,
Author, the biggest troll ever.
because he really speaks like someone recovering from a stroke.
He really, like, not in a haha joking
Yeah,
way.
I'm not trying to be sort of funny or...
No,
it's
like,
just genuinely...
You hear people recovering from massive head injuries.
And that's
they
what
sound like.
he sounds like. Surely with some, ADR or something, they could have just gone back and cleaned all of that shit up.
Maybe it's so iconic for his new reimagining of the Eddie Brock character.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Everything about this. The thing is, the only way for me that Venom really can work is as, like, a villain.
Yes.
And
With an R rating.
Yeah, and for a villain, you need a hero. And as far as I can tell, there isn't really one.
No. You see, the world has enough superheroes.
Yeah, you got
and you meant to
Unleash
unleash it.
Oh. So yeah.
But yeah, the jab I
ill.
was trying to put in earlier is that Sony is pushing for Venom to be PG-13.
Well, that's great because, if you can't have Spider-Man and you can't have, like, really good animation, you can at least neuter it.
Well, the reason they're going for PG-13 is I think they're trying to curry favor with the MCU. Like, Sony wants their villains universe
To look desirable.
Yeah, to basically be like, oh, hey, Marvel, look at this thing that we're doing. Don't you want to affiliate yourself with it so that we can get more ticket sales?
Yeah, and I mean, just PG-13 in general is just better ticket sales, unless you've got something that's like a really hot property like Deadpool or something.
Yeah.
Or Logan. Or Logan.
Yeah, or Logan. But like Venom, the way it's looking now, with this kind of marketing, if they got an R rating, like, it would die.
It would, but it also, that means that it seems completely in two minds, because the images you're getting from the trailer are like of hyper-violence and of just abject murder. Like, we can do whatever we want. We can eat all of the spleens in New York City. And then, oh no, but PG-13.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna bite off your arms and legs, but like,
rather go
I'll just send you to jail.
on super hyper violent, because there is a market for that.
Yeah.
And like, the people love the look of Venom. If they're gonna love the look of Venom, they're gonna want, like me, like, I really like the look of Venom as a character, as I say, not in the live action context, but like, even if it was done really well, I'd still just want to see him like tearing people apart.
Absolutely, it's that same, like, it's a similar visual appeal that like Spawn has.
Yeah.
That like big black billowy
You don't
shenaniganry.
need to know anything about the character, because I mean,
And not even Venom, the other symbiotes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phage and like
Carnage, Riot.
Riot.
like,
The other
they
villains.
all just look like they should be tearing people apart and bathing in their body parts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're not going to give an audience that, then what are you really giving them? Just go watch Upgrade.
Again.
Oh, that's this month, guys.
Oh, here.
Yeah, the rest of you bastards have it.
Yeah. It's probably out on Blu-ray already.
Probably.
Probably.
I probably won't release in IMAX. It's probably better for me to just watch it on my TV at home.
Probably.
Yeah, well, staying in the realm of Sony, you know how they have too many Spider-Man villain, anti-hero, anti-villain, whatever movies going on at the moment?
No, they should have more.
So what they did is they cancelled their Silver Sable, Black Cat, Silver and Black movie, and then announced 2 solo movies for Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Thank goodness. That's exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted.
That sounds like some good business decision.
Yep.
Definitely not saturated.
Nope, not at all.
Not at all. They're only going to release these over the next 2 years.
That's the thing, is like, they haven't released any of these yet.
No, and they're just like shuffling them and cancelling them and
moving them around
relighting them
Just
and
like
green lighting.
Just
and
look at like
fucking-
Warner Brothers slate and Sony slate at the moment for like the next 2 or 3 years. It
Chaos.
is
It's
it's
chaos.
It's chaos.
and it is ridiculous.
Nobody knows when anything's happening.
And
It's just-
yeah, they're all fucking scrambling.
I don't know why they would think that that's a good idea. Like, it doesn't.
So they
make
can
sense.
say they have 2 female-led films?
No, but why? Why not just have one, have them both, write them well, and have it be a success?
No, but they need more, not better.
Oh shit! Sorry,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah, no,
sorry,
it's-
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
yeah,
Excuse
you're
me.
excused.
Thank you.
And as Ruby Rose found out, they need to be very specifically cast.
Very, 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 very specifically cast. I'm glad that the fringes are all inherently insane, though.
Yeah,
Like it's like that, like a circular thing. Like everything around the edge is just mad.
fill me in on the Ruby Rose thing, 'cause I know she was hounded.
She was Ruby Rose, a very open lesbian woman, was cast as Cassandra Cain, aka Batwoman.
Notorious heterosexual icon.
That's where you're wrong.
What?
Yeah. So essentially what they did was cast an appropriately queer woman for a queer role.
Yes.
One would think all is well.
And then the far left basically said, hey, wait. Cassandra Cain is Jewish. She's not Jewish. Why are you doing this?
Really?
And also, why didn't you use a lesser known queer actress?
Yeah,
Why did you use the one popular queer actress?
You got to bring up the lesser known queer actresses.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Those were the
Yes.
issues.
Yeah. And people literally hounded her so much that she is now like she's deleted her Twitter.
Yeah. Because we can't have anything nice.
Wow. The world's pretty fucked up.
Yep.
And this again off the back of
James Gunn.
yes.
Well, that's the problem is, you know,
and
you-
more specifically the Scarlett Johansson thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, specific. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing is, like, you give in to the mob once, you're gonna have to give in to the mob again and again and again.
Yep.
And now they're emboldened by this bullshit.
Yep.
And it's not going to stop. It's just going to get worse.
That's the thing is, it's an army of incredibly intolerant people fighting ostensibly for tolerance? Like, militantly intolerant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Militantly intolerant, I think, is a good descriptor.
Yeah. Fighting for, I guess, tolerance? And fighting on other people's behalf who really don't want their help.
It's like that fucking Bender quote. We will convince them of peace and love through violence and force.
Yes.
We'll convince them of our peaceful ways through violence.
Oh, man.
It's not great.
That's just sad and pathetic.
and it's really
actually.
shitty because, like,
It's the fringes that's given pretty much everyone a bad name.
yes.
Yep.
Well done for champion our cause, guys.
Yay, thanks for, you know,
And there
not,
was much rejoicing.
not only moving along, you know, fringe actors and actresses in the field, but also advancing comics in the popular mainstream.
Okay, onto other
Visibly
things.
exhaling.
Onto other things. So you know Disney's doing that whole streaming service of theirs?
Yes.
Because they sold the rights up until the year 2024.
Oh, it was 24, yeah.
There will be no Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
On the Disney streaming.
No Star Wars movies before episode 9.
Yeah. Well, no, production started on episode 9 before 2019. So it's all movies that went into production after that are going into production after 2019.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
As from what I read, it was all Star Wars movies up until episode 9. I suppose that could be up until and including.
Yeah,
Up until is how I saw it
because
phrased.
the article that I read, the wording kind of made it seem like it's anything that was
I thought it was just
put into
particularly funny.
production
It's
by
like,
that time.
hey,
Okay.
we're gonna put on the final chapter in the Skywalker saga. Great job, guys. That's the thing is, and I mean that was for like 240 million or something that they sold those rights. So, like, imagine trying to buy them back now.
They are being held hostage in a basement
Pretty much.
by lawyers,
But
waiting with an hourglass that's ticking by.
But that's the TV rights, so at least what we're almost certainly going to get after episode 9 is a massive, massive Skywalker Saga box set, including
a steel
the
case.
unremastered
Please God,
episode
please God.
4, 5, and 6, because that's always been with Fox.
Yes.
I think episode 4 specifically has always been with Fox for the home release rights. So, yeah.
Well, the streaming rights and the home release rights are different, I believe.
No, that's what I'm saying. They'll be able to put out the box set because they were getting back the home release rights.
Yeah.
So they'll actually be able to finally put out the unremastered, because I do not buy that George Lucas bullshit of he destroyed all
He
the
can't do
original.
anything wrong, Deon.
is
He's a
that-
visionary.
He
all
destroyed all the-
Is
all
that-
the Star Wars movies that he didn't touch are bullshit.
Is that the narrative? Is
Yeah,
that what he sticks by?
No, he's still till
he
this
what,
day.
destroyed the
he
negatives?
maintains that he physically wrote over the negative.
It's not.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can do
No
that.
studio
No,
in any mind would physically give the negatives, the prime negatives, to anyone.
yeah, but remember,
Oh, he's a visionary.
well, and also like he had total like 100% total control. No, I don't buy it for a moment, but I do think that he believes it.
I think that he believes it, but lawyers know better.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think it's gonna, at the very least, like they could just fucking release those fan made demasters. Like,
those are pretty solid.
those are incredible. I saw a time lapse of them just cleaning up one frame. Holy
Give
shit!
you the
So
goosebumps.
much work and love went into that. More than I imagine any official release would. But I mean, if you can get hold of like the original negatives and do a retransfer and a nice cleanup, it would be pretty amazing.
If anyone out there's listening.
But at least now that can finally happen.
Yeah, officially licensed.
Yes. Which I will be happy about and I will buy.
Because that
Yeah.
will then be the legacy, as
I
it
will
should
buy
be.
it with my money.
So, Zazie Beetz' role in the Joker origin movie has been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems to be playing a struggling, cynical single mother that'll either be, I think, the Joker's mom
Yeah.
or a love interest.
That sounds like the mom makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
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 It sounds more like the mom makes sense, but people are like, oh, is she a love interest? We don't know.
Oh no.
Why not both?
Hey.
I still can't believe they're doing that. Like
What, having-
6 Joker movies?
Yeah, that
What are we
might
on,
be
22 Joker films?
that might be overkill. I'm just gonna put it out there. I know neither of you will agree with me, but I think it might be overkill.
That's a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
And it's, it's sad that it is happening because Joaquin is a good actor and
The problem is, the other thing is it's just like the Joker's a great character, and basically all you're doing is you're just destroying him for a generation.
yeah. Again, twice in
Yeah.
1 year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you just through pure oversaturation and the confusion of that many live action ones and different, like,
And then the Gotham one.
and I mean, as
coming
awesome
well.
as the Joker is, like, no character is that awesome.
No.
Like, no. And they've got such. I mean, DC has the best rogues gallery
By far.
by far, and they just couldn't give a shit.
No, Joker. He's the
Yeah,
Batman's
it's,
arch nemesis.
Yeah, let's just do the Joker again.
I guess we'll just do
People
Joker.
love the Joker. People love the Joker.
We've got the Hot Topic license by him.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing back the same ones as well. Everyone's like, oh, bring back the Riddler again. Because we haven't seen him in enough of the things.
Bring
thing
back the
is
Riddler.
the
Jim
thing is,
Carrey
the
announced to
problem with
reprise
giving-
his role as Riddler.
The problem with giving people what they ask for is that people don't know what they want and they don't know what's good for them. Like, if you were to ask me, like, what features do you want in a car? There's a lot of stuff that I don't know anything about. Like, I only discovered a few years ago that, like, that parking assist with cameras was a thing. I'd never have asked for it because I didn't know it existed.
But now,
Yeah, but I'm a member of the public, so like I trust my car manufacturer to know what I want, like what's good for me.
Yeah,
Movie
like
studios-
indicators that sync up to your music.
Yes,
Metronome
I need that.
indicators.
Volkswagen, get on it. But I mean, if you're just gonna ask people what do they want, like focus groups, they're only gonna go with the things they already know, which is
things
the
they
ones they've already
have,
seen.
analogs that they can draw
Yeah. I mean,
to.
if Marvel had taken that approach, we'd never have got the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We'd certainly never have Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Definitely
exactly.
not.
So yeah, like just rather you guys know your properties, go dig in there for some of your interesting B-listers and like make it awesome.
Well, like they're doing with
And stop making Joker movies.
Craven.
Yes.
During the Hunter.
The problem is
Yes.
that's Sony, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
believe
and
it is.
Sony's just busy like ladling out all the Spider-Man
ladling
villains
out
they have.
as much as they
And that
can.
is absolutely infuriating because that Craven's Last Hunt is one of my favorite arcs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, I fucking love that. And it only works with Spider-Man. And the problem now as well is that you're kind of depriving Tom Holland's Spider-Man of an arc
of getting a
Kraven,
real
getting
worthy
which
nemesis.
which would be fucking great. Like, it would be such a cool movie, but now you're gonna have him without Spider-Man. So that's the other thing, is it's like, I don't even mind them making like a Kraven movie because I could just not go watch it. But every bad movie like that deprives us of a potentially good one which actually features Spider-Man.
and could flesh it out more.
Yeah.
Basically, they're doing to us on a far smaller scale what Batman v Superman did to
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
Death of Superman and
Yeah.
Some wounds run deep.
I'm not ever recovering from that.
You know
one.
how we were all super excited for the fourth Star Trek movie, sequel to Beyond?
Yes.
So apparently, due to
Wait, why the past tense?
Why
Now
did you
I'm
frame
nervous.
it that way?
well, because apparently due to well, it might not be a big loss, but apparently due to contract disagreements and the studio wanting certain actors to take pay cuts and shit like that, Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pine are, as of right now, like as of recording, not gonna be in the movie.
It's a pity because Chris Pine has really finally, I think, come into his own.
Yeah.
This last movie was finally.
Chris Hemsworth?
He played his dad.
Yeah, but why would he...
Obviously, this is gonna have either weird timeline bullshit again, or
Don't fucking... don't.
flashbacks or
Might be
something.
flashbacks.
Yeah, maybe flashback. Well, that's not a great loss, but it is a great loss if, I think, Chris Pine
Yeah.
is in it. But it's still got, like, what, Zachary Quinto and so
Yeah,
on.
it's
So, like...
as of recording, it's still got all the others,
And it's got freaking...
especially Jailer.
yeah, I was going to say, it's got fucking Jailer, so it's fine. Just make a Jailer movie. It's cool. I'm down.
Just Scotty and Jailer going on adventures.
Yes!
Scotty, Jailer, and Bones. Come on. Let's
Yeah,
have it.
yeah, for sure.
Well, no, you got Bones. You need Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can have the three of them on an adventure, and he can be like, "Oh, this is so much better. Nothing could possibly go wrong." And they're like, "Greetings, Doctor."
Shit.
Ah.
I love you.
May
Carl.
I join in your ragtag adventure? Spock.
That seems so familiar. Where have I heard that before?
It's fine. You just for the scenes that they need Kirk in, they can just have like a
Wooden
silhouette.
plank.
Yeah, just a silhouette. Like they just cut out a cardboard. I don't know.
Or we're gonna wanting to suddenly have charisma. Or what they could do is they can just have William Shatner and de-age
And
him, so he can
So
look
look like
a
young Jeff Bridges.
That would be great.
I
Imagine
would-
young Jeff Bridges.
Oh no, it's easy. Just get Andy Serkis to play Chris Pine.
Ooh, mocap.
Well, no. Get Andy Serkis to play William Shatner, being de-aged to look like.
A young Jeff Bridges.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, we solved it.
There you go.
You
Call
are
us,
welcome.
By the way.
Yeah, especially. I mean, Andy Serkis, is probably licking his wounds after Mowgli got sold to Netflix. So
After Mowgli got swept out from under him.
Yeah,
No,
it's
sorry,
not like he was in anything else big. So
after Mowgli got scooped out of the pond, like the sort of septic pond that got dumped into,
Yeah.
by Netflix, just holding
Yeah.
out like a little fishing net, like. Ugh.
yeah.
Dad, can I keep it?
No, son. It's radioactive and will eat your mother.
Dad, please, I so want to keep it.
No, please. It'll kill the pets.
All right, son, just go wash it off in the pool. We'll put it on the schedule. We'll release it. Thanks, Tupper.
Ugh.
In good news, I guess it's not really new. Good news, everybody.
Your upwards inflection makes me doubt you.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not like actual news or anything that's actually going to happen. It's just that Shane Black has said that if somebody like funds it, he will make a sequel to The Nice Guys in a second.
Well, I think he should take his time.
Yeah, a second might be too short a window in which to create a whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to sort of poke.
Well, it depends
how much.
how much they fund him with.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I
get
I don't know, I don't wanna be a
concentrated
negative
movie
Nancy,
drops and
but
then
it just
just
seems
like-
that just seems unrealistic. But yeah.
Yeah, which would be super cool because it
So-
leaves itself open like for sequels. Sequels
Wasn't
could
it,
definitely work with
Wasn't it a bit
characters.
of a financial bust though?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. It was a financial bust on the circuit on the cinemas, but in home release it made up a lot of money.
Yeah, it did.
That's good.
Yeah, home release, a lot of streams and whatnots like that. So it made up there. So it would never get massive funding, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that it will get funding. Especially if people show interest in the news of him saying, "If I get the funding,
Yeah.
I'll make it."
I really hope that that happens because, like you said, at the end of it, it's super open because it ends. Spoilers, have you seen it?
But basically, it ends in such a way that it can continue and there can be more shenanigans.
Yes.
And it was probably my favorite movie of 2016.
It was prime grade shenanigans.
Yeah, so I would be super keen if they made a sequel. So, fund him. Also, Deon, why are you here recording and not watching
And not
The
watching
Night
the
Guys?
Nice Guys.
The Night Guys.
I said Nice Guys.
Nice night guys.
The Nice Night Guys.
They operate only at night.
Best movie of 2016.
In armor.
When did Mad Max come out? Was it
2015.
Jesus Christ.
2016, however, did have Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
Close call.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying even with Rogue One in there, Nice Guys is probably my personal favorite
Nice.
of the year.
So I shouldn't watch it.
Probably not.
No, because I've overhyped it now.
Yeah.
It'll never live up
I mean,
to
look,
expectations.
just think about
I
how
kind
disappointing,
of ruined it,
how
yeah.
disappointing Logan Lucky was for me all
Yeah.
3 times I watched it.
Yeah. After constant hounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is
Like
that is
Sherlock
true.
Holmes.
You were like, well, I mean,
It was okay.
fine, I'll watch it
It's-
2 more times, but that's it.
on the flight there, on the flight back, and as soon as I got home.
As God intended.
Yes.
Okay, and then lastly, because we have not forgotten Disney,
Nope.
there was that hilarious thing where somebody posted that Disney is hiring newcomer director Jimmy Gunberg.
With a big old moustache.
Groucho Marx glasses and stuff.
But there are rumors going around that Feige / Marvel is like in arguments with Disney at the moment to get Gunn back.
Realistically though, like
It won't
every
happen.
article I've read on that sort of it's not even sources saying it. It's just people speculating based on their knowledge of the film industry at large.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's never been based on any fact. The sort of the only quote insider reports unquote that I've read are that because Disney's in breach of contract, they're negotiating his exit settlement, which should be between $7 to $10 million. What Feige might very well be fighting for is to be able to use the script. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that the rumors are true that they are
Yeah.
fighting to get him back. I just can't imagine that Disney is willing to take that bullet.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot more negotiable, like them adhering to his script.
Vision.
I mean, again, that script was a first draft, so it would always be reworked. But like, if they can use that frame, like especially the character development and stuff,
Yeah. What
I
they
think that's also a way to keep the. That's a good compromise to keep the cast relatively happy.
Yeah.
Happy because I mean,
Yeah.
Batista said if they don't use his script,
He's gonna try and find a
get
way
out
out.
of his
Yeah.
out of his contract.
what they might do if they're sneaky about it is like, fine, we'll use your script, but you take your name off it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean that's very likely something that could happen for a couple extra million under the table, keeps sort of continuity of vision, keeps the cast not happy, but at least
placated.
Yeah.
placated. Yeah, I mean I sincerely doubt they'll rehire him. Obviously,
I don't
do hope they
think
do,
they will. No.
but yeah, I do still seriously doubt it. But yeah, I think we've got a fighting chance of them using his script, which is I think a big thing.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's the best we can get.
Yeah. The only question is who would be a good director for it? I know we've spoken about it before.
But
Yeah.
now more realistically, who
Yeah.
would be a good director for?
Yeah.
Well, we know Taika Waititi can't.
Yes.
He
busy.
can't yet, but they are very likely just going to postpone the film.
Well, definitely, because it was supposed to start filming in January. There's no way that's happening now if they don't have a director
They
signed
don't
on and
even
everything's
have
up in the
a
air.
script and all that shit.
I mean,
a lot
it
of
could-
studios
it
have
could-
cut it closer than that.
They have cut it closer than that, but
But
it's
yeah,
not really likely, especially if they throw out the James Gunn script.
Yeah. Well, I think most studios would still at this point be relatively comfortable, but I think because of how stringent their process for hiring directors is, that the director has to actually they have to have
there's
several
still an
directors
entire
pitch
audition
treatments.
thing.
Yeah, and then they have to develop the treatments, have more meetings, narrow it down to a final 3 or 4. Then those people do subsequent pitches. That's months and months that process, and they're not the kind of studio that's just gonna
Cut corners.
except
just because.
for I think the only time they've done that was with Ant-Man, I want to say, where Peyton Reed was brought in.
So Edgar Wright,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright.
But I mean, again, that was a film that wasn't just a script. That was already
It was a production already.
Yeah, it was already in production. It was already pre-production and largely concepted and written.
Yeah, but I think we settled on it last time, which is Fast and Furious and Star Trek Beyond director Justin Lin.
Yeah, I'd be super hyped for Justin Lin, especially if we were using Gunn's script.
Yeah,
He could bring it to life quite well.
I think for me, Taika Waititi doing anything would make me happy, but I think if we're gonna work from
a Gunn script.
which is sort of going to be very sincere. It's going to have its wackiness, but you have to also be able to do that real sort of
A real emotion.
sincere.
Waititi, he can nail real emotion. If you've watched Boy or Hunt for the Wilder People, you will have seen that's what he do.
Yeah. So who knows?
So I think he could do excellently with Gunn's script, but I think.
Especially getting good work out of the cast, considering the mood and stuff. I think
Considering the mood and stuff like that, I think he would probably be best. But I think because of availability and stuff.
No, I don't think availability is an issue. Since they're willing to postpone. I mean, they can postpone it by a year without batting an eye.
Yeah, and the schedule on the whole wouldn't be impacted too much.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, because then they'd have to shift the script around a little, not much, but
Not
a
by
little.
much.
yeah, I don't think it's a huge issue for them. Moving. I mean, that's what they did after they got Spider-Man back.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that is
plonked
true.
things
They
around.
shifted everything.
Black Panther and so on.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think they're flexible enough to do that.
yeah, it'll be fine. And honestly, if they delay it, it'll work out in their favor because more people will be over the whole Gunn controversy by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just would have forgotten.
So, the longer they leave it till release of Guardians 3, to a point, once it passes that, kind of threshold,
Yeah, where people start forgetting.
the Half-Life 3 threshold, where
Yeah.
people are like, okay, where is it now? And
Yeah.
it comes up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, they've got a few year, they got a year, 2 years
maybe.
to,
I think
max,
to, push it out.
18 months, it's I don't think that's an issue at all.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since it's just part of the Marvel machine and that train keeps a rolling.
Yeah, well, the thing is, even with Disney trying to distract us with episode 9 casting announcements, we're still speaking about it now, and we're not the only people still speaking about it at the moment.
But I think the people speaking about it, ultimately, if you look at the audience at large, are 0.1%.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so fractional compared to just the mass appeal. Because the Gunn controversy didn't reach mainstream
Not
media.
really.
It was sort of, there were a couple of articles, and the articles that were in sort of mainstream internet media were all very...
We're not very...
They weren't oh, James Gunn's a pedophile. They were all... Disney's hurting Hollywood by firing James Gunn.
Yes.
There were no, in sort of big, respectable publications, there were no articles attacking Gunn.
No.
Yeah, even the petition seems to have slowed down a little bit.
I mean, that'll always happen as well. I mean, that reached 300,000 odd.
By the time our episode went live 2 weeks ago, our episode 2 weeks ago, it was 350.
Did it reach? Okay.
It was about 350 when it came out. I think it was like 349 or 352 or something like that. It's now on 380.
But I mean, that's still so much more than I would have expected. And again, that's people sharing it and forwarding it, but that's again a very pro gun, very anti what Disney did. So I don't think the controversy isn't so much for most people. The controversy isn't James Gunn tweeted some bad stuff. The controversy is all about James Gunn got fired for old tweets.
Yeah, that Disney was in breach of contract. That's the key controversy.
Yeah. So I think that even if they were to sort of forge ahead now, rehire Gunn, I don't think it would hurt them in the long run at all. Like I think I don't think it's the kind of thing that would go mainstream enough to damage their brand. But I mean, Disney's never going to take that chance.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The mouse never takes the bullet.
They won't ever do it.
Nope. But maybe they do.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be happy.
Yeah, we'll be very happy to be wrong.
Yes.
As we usually are.
Yeah, we generally are.
I just generally am wrong, happy or not.
Yeah. We're idiots.
Fair enough. All right, recommendations for this week. I'm just going to recommend The Meg again. A friend went to go and see it on release, and he said it was just stellar cheese.
Top tier cheese.
Like top tier cheese. Not as much violence as he would have hoped, but top tier cheese.
Nice.
That's fair.
Well, the very easy one. The very easy one. I
saw.
Yeah, is Infinity War. The story of the Americans versus the British.
Yeah.
Centering around the Boston Harbor thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like a Groundhog Day loop.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then also, since Marcus isn't here, I'll do a streaming recommendation. Just it's on Hulu. It's on Showmax, which is Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
I've heard good things.
Yes, that is some sensational television. That is some good. I think it's the first time, possibly since the first season of Westworld or something, that something's really just like grabbed me. So yeah, do that.
Also, this Friday on Netflix, Disenchantment.
Oh yeah, boy.
Is it this Friday?
Yeah,
This
17th.
Friday. Yes. Anything you want us to watch, Thomas?
Because we watched it on the weekend away and I was reminded about how awesome it was. Everybody go rewatch the old Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, I've been actually meaning to
Holds up
like Lethal
super
Weapon,
well.
Die Hard, all of those I've been meaning to go rewatch.
Holds up super well.
That's good to know.
We should do a buddy cop movie episode.
We should. Since we always fucking talk about buddy cop movies just everywhere.
Even when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Cool, and
Infinity War Part 2, but it's a buddy cop movie.
that's what the 2 is for.
Yes!
Thanos the Dark Side?
And it's the 2 is spelled TOO.
Well, that'll do it for us.
Krabby Sideshow.
Sideshow, Netflix.
Sand P.